Good afternoon. It is February the 7th, 2017. Time to wrap up the day and take a look at the overnight markets and tomorrow morning's opening with our customary disclaimer. Hypothetical simulated performance results have certain limitations, unlike an actual performance record. Simulated results do not represent actual trading. Also, since the trades have not been executed, results may have under or overcompensated for the impact, if any, of certain market factors such as a lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are also subject to the fact that they are designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profit or losses similar to those shown. Had a good day. Good day of trading. Big day in crude oil, big day in the bond, big day in gold, so-so in the E-mini. And the E-mini, you just have to hang and hang and hang and hang if it's going to happen at all. Taking a look at the E-mini. We started off, I thought the market was going to head a little higher to the 99 level. We circled 95 as potential resistance, put a question mark by it, and that turned out to be so. We had 88.90 by one and 85.87 by two. Excuse me, 84.86. And that caught that trade. The 88 to 90 caught that trade. The 95 caught this trade. So we're in a situation where our ideas really work, and they are the edge of the market. And the trick is just putting the trades on and disappearing for 3, 4, 5 hours. That's very difficult to do as a day trader. There's nothing up in here. Here's a B. Maybe +1. Definitely a scratch. Same thing there. There's nothing on this S. 0. Retest failure. Plus. Mean green. S plus. Retest failure B. 1. If you hung around for a long time. 2. So again, these trades are coming after the first hour when the market breaks. We spent a lot of time in the first hour just motoring sideways and not doing much. So the E-mini remains the least attractive market that we cover because of the lack of the volatility off the opening. Looking at the F1 screen, actually is a higher low and a higher high. We can still buy it off the F1. F2, a saddle formation. We should have sellers at 93 and buyers at 88. First sell, 94.96. Second sell, 99.01. On the buy side, 84.86. 80.82. Crude inventories. The only news we have tomorrow, scheduled for our markets. Trump got another cabinet member approved today. The Democrats are fighting him tooth and nail on everything. I mean, everything is a no, with demonstration and end of the world type news stories to go with it. So it's going to take Trump much longer to put together a team than it took previous presidents. Okay, 10-year. Higher high and a higher low. Find a place to buy it. Tonight will be, I think in London, if we're going to get selling on the 10-year, we'll see it in London. Got a fairly strong profile. So selling 7s to 11s. And it may take let's rotate up, stopped at 4. It may take a 3 to get off a short. Then 15 to 19. And if the E-mini breaks hard this afternoon, which doesn't look likely. We'll have to pay up to get off along. On the buy side, 29 to 01. And then 21 to 25 for buy 2. I'm not afraid to get short because the toughest piece of paper to move is the intermediate term. You'd think the 30-year would be the toughest piece of paper to move, but historically the 5 and 10-year have been tougher. And the reason for that is because they use it to set up the 7 and the 30-year. I put up a humorous YouTube deal about a juggler in front of Tip O'Neill and Ronald Reagan at a show in Washington. And hard to believe they used to do comedy without cuss words. It's just really a great example of what can be done without cussing. And I mean, when I grew up in my era, there wasn't cussing. Wasn't allowed. Then Lenny Bruce came along and started to change things. And now, like so much of our entertainment, cussing is used as a shock factor, as in the movies, sex and car chases and stage fist fights. It's a hell of a lot easier to do that than it is to write a script with meaningful dialogue. Not too many Shakespeares out there. Okay, looking at the bond, 8 to 12 is number 1, 15 to 19 sell 1, 27.31 sell 2. On the buy side, the breakout came at 52, so 51.28 to 52 is number 1, 21.25 buy 1, and then 9 to 13 buy 2. Well, he's one of the few. I'll write the name down. But you know, we don't need to have all that cussing. You can still irony and situational stuff works just as well. Don't need the F word to make people laugh. Okay, looking at gold. Trying to trade higher. Doing a pretty good job of it. So there's our move out of the middle, and I think we did just make a higher high. Definitely have a higher low, so F1 says we can buy gold. And if we put all this together, you can see that P. We definitely have a P for today, so 30.32, 25.27. For buy 2, 35.37, sell 1. That's resistance. 39.41, sell 2. I think stops above 1250 is the play right now. Okay, we have the APIs tonight. The market's acting like the big players are locking in some prices. We're sellers today. Lower high, lower low, definitely a sell. There was a EIA report that the United States would be producing more oil in 2018 than they did in 1970. Probably true. I don't think anybody would argue with that, especially if crude can hang in this $50 to $60 range. There is some horizontal production that is profitable at 25 bucks a barrel. A lot of it's profitable at 40 bucks a barrel or 45, or they won't produce it. It's just sitting there. When prices go up, it's very easy to open up these wells horizontal. You don't lose your oil well if you shut it in on horizontal production. You do lose it sometimes in vertical production. Okay, so 25 to 50, sell 1. 75 to 53, sell 2. On the buy side, 51.50 to 75, buy 1. And then 51 even, 51 and a quarter, buy 2. And what will the euro do? We don't have any news scheduled for tomorrow. I don't know what they have on tap for Europe. Again, the thing that always works for us on the euro, and sometimes not for 2 or 3 or 4 days, is that the central bank wants the euro to sell. So we have a lower high and a lower low, find a place to sell it off of F1. And F2, we have a P put in backwards and 2 distributions up. So right here, there we are at 107.20 to 30. Sell 1. $45 to 55, sell 2. On the buy side, we have a breakdown here just below 107. I think we can do a little bit better than that. So 75 to 85, buy 1. And then 106.50, buy 2. And that's it for this February the 7th, 2017. Where does the time go? Time flies. Accelerates as you get older, too. They didn't tell me that when I was growing up. I had to discover that myself. You all have a great evening. I'll see you bright and early in the morning. We'll see if we can't shake that money tree once again. Big days in gold, crude, and the bond. An okay day in the E-mini. Y'all have a great evening. I'll see you bright and early in the morning.